Yeah.
And with reactions to it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, welcome my people, my beautiful and handsome viewers. Yeah, this is Timo Starboy, Reality Talk TV. Oh, sorry. Let me have this one. Sorry for the interruption. So welcome my people, my beautiful and handsome viewers. Oye to Ejeka Fierawa. Yeah, you are now at the let's tell all to ourselves, Let's tell it all. Let's explain what is hiding, what we don't know to ourselves. This is the program. This is your program. So, Eto Ejeka Fierawa. So we'll be talking Yoruba as well as English. So please enjoy our program. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening at your local time and wherever you may be watching us. So thank you. I thank you all for your supporting and commenting. You are putting your comment and you are adding your like. Our program. Your likeness is so marvelous. We love it. It's very very doing something in our program. It's improving our effort. So we thank you so much. God will bless you. In Jesus' name we pray. So one thing I would like to tell you is like this election in Nigeria is approaching. So we need to be giving them close attack. What I mean by close attack is we will be listening to all what they are saying, because according to the proverb, what you said is what you will be judged with. What is coming out of your mouth is what is going to be judged against you. You know, your body language, your anything, anything you are doing, try to be careful. Anything you are saying, try to be careful, because we are the media. We will bring it all. We will bring all your skeleton in the cupboard. We will bring it out, because we don't need any dubious people, any gullible people, because those country, that our country, they are it's lying on the disaster. It's lying on the all this hidden agenda, all this traumatized, all this kind of atrocity. So we want to say enough is enough, because it's like you people, these our so gullible leaders, they are not showing the sign of stop. They don't want to put end to their miserable life. All this kind of bad attitude towards humanity. We want to say end is coming up, and this our generation, we will rise up and against all these bad things, all these bad leaders they are doing. So we are not part of a generation that will be corrupt, at the mindset of the people. We don't want our new generation to be corrupt as well. So that is why we are bringing in, every corner that we want to be exposing all these bad behaviors. So ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, a fẹ́ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú, gbogbo àwọn jẹgúdújẹrá tó ń jẹ́ leader, gbogbo wọn a fẹ́ máa fojú wọn hàn ní gbangba. Àwọn ò fẹ́ gbogbo rúdàrúdè tó ń ṣe, gbogbo àpàdé àpamọ́ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ń da gbogbo ẹ̀rú. Aláàfẹ́ mọ́, àwa generation yìí náà la máa start. So a dẹ̀ máa fi lé àwọn tó oncoming generation lọ́wọ́. Tá bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, we stand the foundation and we stood on our ground. We stood on our ground. So any challenges, we will face it up, we face with all these our bad leaders. We will stand toe to toe with them, we stand foot to foot with them. So we are not backing down. We are not backing down. We are not showing the sign of backing down. We are not going to relent. In as much as you people, you are not changing the good policy we want. What you need in our life, we need freedom. We don't need all this slave mentality. Enough is enough. Enough is enough for all this slave mentality you are putting on to the people. We don't want it again. A fẹ́ mọ́. A fẹ́ gbogbo ìranù tẹ́ ń ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ tí ò níran. Àwọn ọmọ tí ò níran tẹ́ ń fìyà jẹ gbogbo wọn. We don't want it. So we want to put end to those miserable life. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. So video la tún máa play. Àwọn video. So video yẹn from the news. All this Nigeria media news. Òun náà la tún máa analyse lórí ẹ̀. Torí àwọn kinní yìí tá à ń sọ yìí, wọn ò fẹ́ gbọ́ràn. They don't want to hear us. They don't want to hear our cry. And in as much as they are still proving their stubborn head, we will not relent as well. We will not relent. That is what I said. You can read my lip. We will not relent. We will stand toe to toe with them. We will stand on our feet with them. We stand upright. We stand on our feet. We stand toe to toe. So we don't care what it's going to take. We don't care at all. So we are not showing the back of backing down for them, because these people, they are gullibles. What is meant for all the people, they are the one that putting it on their own. So eléyìí ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀, a fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Bí ó dẹ̀ ṣe ní ṣẹlẹ̀, òun náà la ṣe ń gbé àṣírí wọn jáde. Táwọn náà gan bá ń rí lórí afẹ́fẹ́, ojú á máa tì wọ́n. Tójú ò bá dẹ̀ tì wọ́n, ojú á tara lé wọn, tó máa yín wọn léèkánná. Tó máa yín wọn léèkánná pé ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kò yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀, kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. So àwa náà dẹ̀ ti ṣetán fún yín, àti sún ṣòkòtò wa, ó ti le, àti dé bẹ́ẹ̀tì sí gan. So àwọn tó jẹ́ obìnrin náà láàrin wa náà, wọ́n ti ru ọjà wọn ti fún dáadáa. So ìjà ló délẹ̀ yìí, àdẹ̀jọ́ máa jà ni. So before I go further, as usual, let me play our national anthem for the Yoruba nation so that we can move on to the next step. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn, ẹ bá wa ká lọ lórí ètò yìí. Kò ní sú wa ṣe, kò ní rẹ̀ wá. Kò ní rẹ̀ wá lágbára Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú àṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àjọ máa rí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. So here we go. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, orílẹ̀-èdè wa. Ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká lè rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lè bá. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Kò dẹ̀ ní bàjẹ́, kò ní ṣòro ṣe fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ṣé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́. So ká wá tẹ̀ sórí ètò wa, ètò tèmi. Mo ti kọ àkọlé ẹ̀. Nigeria politics is a deadly and fake one. Nigeria politics is so fake and deadly. Nigeria politics is a deadly one and the fake. It's totally fake. So don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán pé ajá lọ́bọ̀ fún yín. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán pé ajá lọ́bọ̀ fún yín. Kán má pe àfin lóyìnbó. Ó yàtọ̀. You know? Ó yàtọ̀ gédéǹgbé. Wọ́n ti ń fi ọ̀bọ lọ̀ wá tipẹ́. Ó ti pẹ́. It don't take. So we are not feeding all these their garbages again. We are not feeding on their garbages again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rise up on our feet, on our 2 feet. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, stand toe to toe with them. Toe to toe. This is going to be end. Let's end their miserable life. Because enough is enough. Wọ́n ti ń gbá wa lójú tipẹ́. Wọ́n ní gbá ẹ̀ kìíní, gbá ẹ̀ kejì. Tójú ọ̀hún ò bá fọ́, ràkòràkò ló máa ń ba. Kò ní ràn mọ́ dáadáa. So ẹ má yẹ kán máa gbá yín lójú ṣeré mọ́. Ẹ dìde fẹ́ tọ́ yín. Ẹ dìde fẹ́ tọ́ yín. Gbogbo nọ́nsẹ̀nsì wọn ẹ jẹ́ kó dópin. Ẹ jẹ́ kán dópin, kó dópin fún wọn. So ohun tá à ń jà fún nìyẹn. Ohun tá à ń jà fún ni. So let me play the video that for the today program so that we can listen to all these their liars, their game playing, you know. So what they stood for, what it's all about, you know. So ẹ jẹ́ ká play politics today lórí channel news òní. So ṣeun ló the listen. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The majority leader in the House, Honorable Deep Committee, would
Okay, I didn't go see.
To consult with the government in Kano and in the north. Will only stand a chance if they unite. And tonight we'll be speaking with the leader of the House, the majority leader in the House. He joins me live right here in Abuja. So thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Good evening, Shegun Akimbale.
Okay.
Good evening, viewers and listeners.
Please listen to the news,
Before I get
and
into the affairs
this
of the
interview
party,
is very
I
important.
should begin with the
So
response.
we will analyze
You
this
released a
later, you know.
statement shortly after the
We'll do
president
our analysis on it later.
met with the CBN governor, and you were in Daro with the governor of Kano State to consult with the president. But you said that you do not accept what the CBN governor has done.
Sorry, let
and
me
you
excuse
wanted
myself.
him to fall in line. What exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think you are right, Shegun, and based on the release that I have made yesterday, it was like in a very swift response or reaction to the statement issued by the central bank governor, who he said that he has gotten the mandate or the approval of Mr. President to extend the expiry date for the old Naira note exchange and the swap process by 10 days. And then naturally, as a committee, as a legislative committee with the full mandate of the House, then I needed to react because it has fallen squarely on the subject matter that I'm in charge. And what I said is not only my position as a member or my position as leader of the House of Reps, is the position of the committee,
the man that
and
is
by
talking.
extension, the
You can see his
position of the
face.
House of Representatives. And no more, no
APC,
less. What I simply said is that
chairman.
that extension
You can see his
by
name.
10 days for us is inconsequential. It's a mere gimmick or an approach by the CBN governor perhaps to water the ground for some other reasons. But what the House is out for in the first place, there was a summons inviting the central bank governor legitimately and by the orders of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was supposed to honor the summons of the House. He did not. We gave him a second chance to come. He refused to come. And on the strength of that, the House was actually worried about his own stance. And at the end, the Speaker made it very, very clear to the public and on the floor of the House at plenary that definitely the House will have no option than for the Speaker to use the instrumentality of our legislative powers to invoke relevant sections of the law to sign a warrant that will compel, will direct the Inspector General of Police to compel appearance on the part of the CBN governor. This is the position of the law. And when he made that release, as far as we are concerned, it does not also come in line with the position of the law that established the central
What
bank.
Femba Gadiamila said on the floor, is that a position of the House to threaten the CBN with a warrant of arrest, or the position of the entire House of Reps?
Oh, that is exactly the position of the House, because
recommended to him by the committee.
Not by the committee. It was the position of the House after a lengthy debate on the floor of the House.
So it wasn't Femba Gadiamila's position?
It was not his position. It was a ruling. It was a ruling arising from discussions among members of the House on the floor of the House.
Does the House have the power to seek a warrant of arrest on the CBN governor?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's a constitutional power given to the Speaker of the House through the instrumentality of legislative functions and duties. He has that right, just as like the Senate President has the same. In the Senate, the House of Representatives through the Speaker can issue a warrant through the Inspector General of Police to compel any Nigerian, not even a public servant like the central bank governor, any Nigerian, including your humble self, when there is a cause for you to appear before the House.
I'm a private citizen.
Oh, yes, of course, you are a private citizen, but you are a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yeah, but
if the House,
there are exceptions to people like us.
You can't be exceptional as long as you call yourself Nigerian. As long as there is an issue that desires or warrants your appearing before the House or its committee, then definitely you can be compelled to appear before it through an arrest warrant. So what the Speaker did was like using the powers he has conferred on him by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not even by our rules,
what happens
by the Supreme document
of the CBN? What happens to the independence of the CBN?
The independence of the CBN does not fall beyond the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No one can be greater than the law. So
what is the House now, leader? What is the House asking the CBN to do? The governor to do?
What we're asking the CBN governor to simply do through the committee is for the CBN governor to appear before this committee, interact with this committee, brief us, give us reasons why he must issue this kind of policy at this period. Why do you want to redesign Naira when you have less than 30 days to elections? Why do you have to set a deadline that contradicts the position of the CBN Act, which established the bank, and yourself as governor of the bank? The Act is very clear. very, very obviously clear in black and white that Section 20, Sub 3 of the Act says that notwithstanding any part of the law, notwithstanding any part of this Act, that when the president allows for a redesign or change of Naira note, that can happen. But the old Naira note must be allowed to operate for as long as they are in circulation until and unless when they are naturally mopped up from circulation. Of course, you can fix a time for them to cease being a legal tender. You cannot use it perhaps in a plaza or in a filling station to buy and trade with it. But the value of the Naira, whether in old currency or in a new currency, remains sacrosanct, and it has to be redeemed when presented at any commercial bank.
But leader, what happened to the consultation by the CBN with the National Assembly before they made that public? Because the defense of the CBN is that there were consultations with the CBN, with the National Assembly before they made the pronouncement. Why is it that it is now that the National Assembly is finding fault in the work of the CBN, which they have given reasons for the redesign?
You see, Sheun, I want to be very, very frank with you. I've been a very frank person. And I want to tell you, except for discussions to do with the cashless policy of government, which of course is a global process, is a global system that we want to also encourage Nigerians to also have same in our economy. National Assembly was never consulted one way or the other, even through our relevant committee. The central bank, I want to put it to you, did not consult even our relevant committee, standing committee, as to how to redesign Naira and as to how to put deadlines and issues surrounding the issue of the redesign of Naira. We were not consulted. I am number 3 in the hierarchy of leadership of the House of Representatives. I think if there was such discussion, I should have been told. And I believe the Speaker, who is number 1 in the hierarchy of our leadership, if he was consulted with the effect to redesign in Naira and with the effect to also giving a deadline that contradicts the position of the law.
But does the law say that the central bank should consult the National Assembly?
Yes. Not only the law, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says that the central bank, being an financial institution of the land, the Affairs Bank, must at any time, at all times, when they want to embark on a policy, new policy, they must have to consult relevant committees or the leadership of the National Assembly before they undertake such policies. They did in the case of cashless policy. You remember we invited them. The governor was not able to make it as usual, and he let us send the deputy governor, the lady from Niger State. She came and explained all these things to us. For that, I can say we were consulted. Cashless policy of the government. But I want to tell you without any fear of contradiction, Sheun, that no one man, no one person, whether the governor or anybody acting in his own capacity, has approached the National Assembly or the House of Representatives to be in particular about the redesign of Naira. It was purely their business, and we feel taking this process at this moment is going to be very detrimental not only to the economy of the country, it will be detrimental to the security of the nation, it will be detrimental to the close-by general election coming. Why at this time? Except if they have other pecuniary reasons.
Of course, I suspect that.
Oh, yes, I do. For someone who wanted to be president and wanted to even purchase form for nomination and did not get it, I won't be surprised if the CBN governor will now is now trying to get a second chance to undermine or to scuttle the process of election. This is quite possible.
Is it a suspicion that you have or that your party has?
This is my personal suspicion, and I believe a good number of my party members have this suspicion. Justifiable.
Your presidential candidate has this kind of suspicion too.
I have not discussed with him so far.
No, but he made that very popular.
Of course.
He said that there are saboteurs.
Not only.
He said there are saboteurs in the party, and there are some people using some of these mechanisms, in fact, that are working with the PDP. That the PDP, the campaign council had come out to say the PDP working in cahoots with members of your party or some element in government are trying to sabotage the government and the party.
Sheun, I agree very entirely with the presidential candidate who said so. Every reasonable person, every reasonable Nigerian,
you can see they have been attacking each other
come up to this analysis, to
in their group,
as to why
in their party,
engaging into redesign of Naira.
So that is the downfall.
Why this time? You remember that not even politicians who require some minimum standard or requirement of some cash at hand to operate, even the INEC will require cash to transport some logistics, fuel, diesel, and all other things. The security. Their services, their operational allowances are paid in cash. So I wonder how you can create this problem at a very critical period when apparently you cannot be able to cope with the demands, even for the new Naira note to be introduced.
This spoken man is Alaji.
Perhaps it's political.
Of course it is political.
You think that the elements in the opposition are backing
it? It's not backing. As a ruling party, you cannot separate the government from the party itself. So when an institution of government like the central bank is embarking on a policy that is quite unpopular, a policy that is apparently suspicious, then this will definitely create a lot of problems or injury to the ruling party, because an arm of the government, an institution of the government is now being seen working against the interests of Nigerians. So central bank and the governor of central bank, by what they are doing now, we look
I will tell you the name later on.
To simply mean working with ulterior motives, working to undermine the fortunes of the APC, because as an institution of government, Nigerians will generally judge the
APC chairman
as working against the government.
As at now, APC chairman
got the permission of the president to embark on this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I presume.
No, but you were in Daura yesterday. The CBN governor was there before you people, and he got the approval of the president and he made it popular. Public.
Exactly.
And he's gotten the approval of the president for an extension. There was, in fact, at some point, there was controversy when the Minister of Finance said she wasn't aware about the CBN policy. The president insisted he was aware.
The president he's aware about everything.
You are suspicious of. The president
is aware about everything that is going on the petroleum, on the Naira change, wherever.
What I always say is this, that the president as chief executive of the government, or the president as CEC, who of course is the leader of the party, on one hand. I want to also look at the central bank with Emefiele as governor of that bank on another hand. Perhaps when the president is presented with misleading briefing, if you are the president, for instance, and you are presented with a misleading briefing, a briefing that is not quite express for you to even understand the implications therein, then definitely the president is bound to act in the wrong direction. So that is my suspicion. And that is my own understanding. Let me tell you this.
It comes to something.
Just one point. One point. So it goes to confirm to you, if the president was actually briefed ab initio of what are the implications and the outcomes of the Naira redesign, then definitely he wouldn't have come now again to say, oh, let's extend it by 10 days, which means there is an issue. If the president was actually briefed in the right direction and he had agreed and given approval for the redesign of Naira with a specified deadline, then certainly the president wouldn't have come up with another idea. Oh, let's give them another 10 days for the deadline. And that is what we're even saying, that even with the 10 days extension, that is not the position of the law, and that cannot be acceptable by the parliament. We cannot accept it as a committee, and the House of Representatives also will not accept it because it contradicts the position of the law.
CBN Act, what does it say?
The CBN Act simply says that when there is a redesign or change of a Naira note, it does not mean for the CBN to push out the old Naira note by force outrightly within a blink of an eye. The two notes must be allowed to operate in pari passu, shoulder to shoulder, until when the old Naira note naturally vanishes in the system. Then you continue to work. But in a situation whereby the new Naira note is not available, marketers, businessmen, farmers, civil servants who receive salaries are complaining of inavailability of this new Naira note. You cannot just fix a deadline and say, oh, this thing ceases to be a legal tender and it loses its value automatically. So you can stop using it as a legal tender. But the value must be redeemed on presentation at any commercial bank.
Godwin Emefiele has gotten the nod of President Buhari in Daura, meaning that whatever decision the CBN is taking stands. You have issued a warrant, you have threatened a warrant of arrest on the CBN governor as a house. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, so he controls the police and controls the affairs of state. Now, the president has given us approval. Where do you stand? If you issue a warrant of arrest on the CBN governor, where the president controls the police and the armed forces, where do you stand? It does look like he has politically knocked you off the table.
No, in my own view, I don't think the president will act contrary to the position of the law. Muhammadu Buhari is one president that has consistently said his position about the respect for the rule of law. So I always repeat the fact that if Mr. President is misled in taking an action, he is human.
Alhaji
Then
Hassan
definitely when you
Ado
provide
Dagura,
explanation to clarify the position of the law,
APC
like
chairman,
in this case, which I
leader.
have. Even yesterday in my discussion with Mr. President, I told him pop and plain the position of Section 20, sub 3 of the CBN
That was
Act.
the man that
And
is
what Emefiele
speaking
is
now.
doing
His name.
is a
His full name.
direct affront on the provision of this act that established the CBN itself and the position of the governor. So I'm sure Mr. President will be one humble leader to understand when he's misled, and he should be able to now come and look at the right thing and take the right.
So what does
like he's doing now?
Where will the house go from here now?
Of course, we will go we will go to the next level, and the next step for us is to insist that the CBN governor appears before this committee, and if he comes to the committee, he has to also have respect for the rule of law. He must have to have respect for what is provided for in the CBN Act. And what is provided is pop and clear that the Naira note cannot be forced out of the system, the old Naira note. It must be allowed to just vanish.
So what window are you given?
We don't have, the only window we are given to the CBN, like I said, is like if he communicates to the speaker between now to Tuesday, when we are going to be sitting, that yes, he's now coming to engage with the House committee, then fine, we will give him that.
If he doesn't?
If he doesn't, then obviously we will now lay our interim report before the House, and the Speaker will be under obligation, moral obligation, to write, to sign the warrant of arrest to compel the CBN government.
I thought you guys are in recess.
We are not in recess. We decided, the Senate has gone on recess, but we decided not to go on recess because of this critical matter that borders on the lives and livelihood of our people. When people are crying all over, outcries all over, go to the markets. You have foodstuffs, nobody can buy. You have old money, nobody can take. It's like the economy is in shambles now.
The CBN governor has said 1.9 trillion of the notes in circulation had returned to the CBN. So it's just about 900 billion that they are hoping will be mopped up and gotten back to the system. There are those who think and criticize your party that it's just some leaders of your party that are not happy with the decision of the CBN to get the old Naira note. One of the reasons is terror financing that the CBN gave, and that the fact that there are those who are stockpiling this money for ulterior motive. And the opposition is saying the reason why some leaders of the party are not happy with this is because of the issue of vote buying. Is that the reason why
the motive of that changing of the Naira?
No, that cannot necessarily be. That is not necessarily our reason. One, like I said, I'm speaking in double capacity. As a member of the House of Representatives, vis-a-vis to my responsibility or duty as chairman of this committee. If, for instance, what the CBN governor is now saying by way of press releases or statements on the street, because I look at this statement as a street statement. When the institution of the legislature, the parliament, the voice of the people is inviting you legitimately to come and address us, interact with us, provide this explanation to us, and you are shying away from that responsibility. So we will take all those things you said as baseless.
So your party is unhappy with what is going on.
That is one
thinking that it will jettison the chances of your party in winning this election.
That is just on one hand. But when I speak about the policy, jettisoning the process of election at large, I'm not talking simply because as an APC member.
Does it not, so honorable, does it validate, therefore, the talks within your party that there is some discordant tune and the fact that the frustration coming out of some of the leaders of your party is such that maybe the president is not 100% with your candidate, and there are those who think that those who ask that the president should campaign, and the president has said he's going to campaign with your candidate in 10 states, but there are a few states that the president is being obviously absent. Does that validate the fact that maybe your party is not one on the mandate of Bola Tinubu?
I think all these things are mere
Please, before that, Mark can answer this question. So let me interrupt a little bit. Just to explain about the money issue, the money exchange issue. In this kind of scenario, all this kind of shenanigans they are doing in APC, all this money laundering, when there is voting, election is coming, they will be sharing money, invisible money, those money that they are stockpiling somewhere, invisible. That is what I call it, invisible. So this is the game that they play, the dubious game. This is the tactics they are playing whenever the election is coming up. They will stockpile some money and they will be sharing that money. They call it invisible money. They will be sharing it to all those voting, all these our gentlemen that is in polling unit. They will be giving them just to turn things upside down, if you get what I mean. So this is the government of Buhari. He just outsmarting them. He knows their tactics, he knows how they behave, because of course he's been there, done it, So he know how they are manipulating the voting of the people not to be counting. That is why he's introducing this currency at this period of time, that it will backfire with them. This thing will not go according to their plan. He outsmarting them. They just come up, okay, let me change this thing. So all these their stockpiling things will be just a garbage. It will be useless for them. So that is how these people, they are crying like a baby. They are crying like a baby that why did he do it in this kind of period of time that the election is around the corner, all those things. You can see they are crying like a baby. Because that man has just hooked them. He just hooked them on their way. So there's no way to go furthermore. He has blocked them. He has blocked all their dubious tactics, all their dubious behaviors. That this thing, it has to be clean and fair. There's no dubious way they should do again. There's no way they should stealing the vote, do all this kind of sort of nonsense things they have been doing in the past, So this is the game change. It's the game change for all of them, all these APC, PDP, whatever. So nobody can share money. You cannot share money to ghost people, People that all this kind of criminality people, they have been saying, there must be raining money. So now their plan has just disaster, that be shattered. So this is a game that we should be learning of from this point. All this APC and whatever, they cannot execute their plan anymore. Their plan has been shattered. So it's case closed. The road is closed to them. So you can see them, they will be saying that they can change money, and they can raise the fuel, this and that, and we will still voting, we will win. Totally, they are just, on Jakporo, They are just dragging, struggling. On Jakporo ni. Yorùbá will say one Jakporo after ìbọn ti bà wọ́n. Wọ́n ti shoot wọn níbọn, wọ́n wá ń Jakporo, So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn, géèmù náà ń play láàrin ara wọn. Nínú kákọ́sì wọn náà ni o, nínú ilé wọn. That is all their dubious way. So ara wọn náà fúnra wọn lóògùn jẹ. They are the one poison each other in their own carcass, in their own house. So we continue to be seeing the game. I've told you many times, time with that number, that this game is no ending, it's a season film. It's no ending. Let's continue watch. Sit back and watch. If you have a popcorn, put it on your side. If you have wine or beer or cold beer, put it on your side. Be drinking it and be watching the movie. The movie is a season film, so it cannot be end. It's only God knows the end. and what is going to happen at that voting day. So let's continue listening to their conversation, you know.
The president is an individual. The president has the right to
We'll
come
be
out to the
analyzing
press and
along
to the
the way.
public to
So
state
thank
his
you,
position.
people.
Nobody stops him if he has
I can
anything
see some
against
eyes
our
is
candidate.
coming
But as far
off
as I'm
and
concerned, I
on,
will
you
only
know.
use what is available to me. For as the time, for
Some
as
people
long
are
as we started the
maybe
process,
silent
right from the
watcher.
day we elected our flag
If
bearer
you want to
to
come up
today,
on board,
I've never
just
found any reliable
request.
statement from Mr. President
We
or
will
his
take
own
you in.
spokespersons
This is very serious matter.
enunciating to the fact that he's against our.
Or is it possible that some people within the president or around the president are doing things that are ulterior to the plans and the...
Oh, that could be possible. That could be possible. But for the president as a person, or for the president as the leader of the party and the head of Nigeria's government today, which is an APC government, one cannot adduce to any fact as to whether he's against the flag bearer or not. For me, I have attended several rallies, several campaign programs with Mr. President, like the one he did in Jos and the other one he did in Yola, Adamawa State, where he has supported the president and asked Nigerians to vote for our party's candidate. So I don't think Mr. President will have anything against the position or against the acceptability or the electability of our presidential candidate.
Is there a worry about the northern vote for your candidate?
Worry for what? We don't have any worry. I have said this time without number that Northern Nigeria is a progressive platform in Nigeria's politics, especially when you speak of a state like my own, Kano. It's a very progressive state. We are aggressive in our programs. We are a radical state where we...
You see, this man is just like, I don't know what can I say. It's one of the dubious game players in the APC. You know, there's no how you can tell a lie that you not rub yourself with the mud, you know. There's no how. Even if you want to defend Emilio Kan, Baba Emilio Kan, at a point in time that in as much as you are trying to defend that man, Emilio Kan, that is Tinubu, you will be rubbing yourself with the dirty mud, you know. Ẹ máa fi epo yíra yín ní aṣọ àlà yín, ẹ máa fi ra yín epo lẹ máa fi yí, ẹ máa bà aṣọ àlà yín jẹ́, ẹ bá ti ń parọ́. Torí irọ́ bàǹtàbàǹtà lélẹ̀, this is a bluntly liars, you know. This is bluntly liars. You know, you are trying to defend what is not there. It has been written black and white, you know. It has been written all over the place. This is totally a lies. It's just like some other, I don't know whether the guy is a spokesman or he was talking about Bullion Van that Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu took to his house, his residence in Ikoyi, saying that the Bullion Van missed road. Can you imagine? Just imagine that. Just imagine lies. You know? Some people that they will say that they qualify, they are intellectual people, you know, they are intelligent people, they are the man of character, you know, telling lies, you know, obvious things that he doesn't, even if he has a small kid, you know, he will tell you properly, this is how it is, this A, you know. They will just come up on the social media and be telling lies. The lies that you know, you feel, you yourself know that this is totally lie. And they will try to be, the most funny part is that they will try to be protecting the lie, you know. They will try to be guiding the lie that, nobody is can cut me with it and they are fools, you know. Something that is so clean and, you know, is so clean that this is totally a lie. And you people will just come and open your mouth and be saying it. Can't you people shame? Where is your dignity? What is your integrity? You'll be lying. And you cannot even call yourself to the order that, I'm lying. Oh. Because they say two people cannot miss a lie. You that you are saying it, you know totally you are a liar. And you'll be saying it, you'll be gushing out from your mouth, saying, they are fool, they can't cut me. Whereby you are lying. And you yourself know, you know the truth, nothing but the truth. That is what is paining me. What is so, so worried. Lying and you still continue. You still continue protecting it. Say, this is it. Somebody said the bullion van missed road and there's empty bullion van. He missed road. He missed road to the house of your candidate, APC. Hey, for God's sake. For God's sake. For God's sake. What kind of people is ruling this country? What kind of people is ruling this country? We're supposed to be asking ourselves a question like that. What kind of people is this? You will be lying and you will be boasting on it. Can't you be ashamed? At least just have dignity, Say, this is a lie. Where is your integrity? Where is your integrity, for God's sake? I don't know. I cannot even start to be thinking of how to compare this kind of madness things. It's totally madness. Lying all the time. Lying, and you'll be trying to be defending the lie. How can you defend a lie when you know that it's not true? They will tell you water is black, water is red, and they will be protecting it. They will be, putting some lotion. It's true, it's lie, It's not a lie, it's this thing. The color of water they will be saying is red, and you will still stand on this that it's red. Where everybody know that the water is blue, blue ocean. I don't know where we are. These are our gullible so-called people, so desperate, talking jargons, talking rubbish. Sometimes you listen to them, you started like you want to vomit, like you don't know how God just created you with all this kind of barbaric animals people, that they are senseless. They are not reasonable people. Just talking anyhow. Any words that you utter from their mouth, they just split it out, They will split it out. I don't know what is wrong with their what is their number 6, their brain. Just like their brain is just being twisted, Even animal brain is so good more than them, Is so marvelous more than all these kind of people that we are seeing on our leader table. It's a shame. It's very obvious it's a shame. And if you call them to order, they will be starting grumbling, yes, this is who I am. I'm a thief, so I can boast on it. I'm stealing the money, I can boast on it. I'm the King Kong, what can you do? They will be slapping you with all lies. All lies. And they will be thinking that they can get away with it. It's so annoyed. So annoyed. Let me give you another video, because this one is just another part of the program. So you can see this one is from Arise TV.
The powers that be. Yeah. Who are the powers that be in the country at the moment? The APC controlling government at the center. Fuel scarcity Naira redesign. These are issues.
Hold on.
Media aid also stated that,
innuendo that the APC announced that they had set up a committee. It was an issue for the party's presidential candidate in Abeokuta. And we made the point that this is very strange. This is the first time that I have seen, I stand to be corrected, in Nigeria, that the presidential candidate of a sitting government will throw his own party, not just under the bus, under the train, because trains have become very notorious in Nigeria now. The trains are worse than the buses.
Listen to this one too. It's another comedy
under the bus.
Things.
I'm surprised that Garuba Shehu, maybe he has not read the news. I'm surprised because by now we expect that Garuba Shehu will have come out. Instead it's the PDP that is defending the president. It's the Labour Party that is defending the president. Very strange. But I repeat the advice that I give later on, that maybe until this election goes, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's handlers should stop him from going to Abeokuta.
It's all about Ahmed Tinubu. The man is in disarray.
I don't know.
The man is totally lost.
I don't know what is responsible for that. But
he doesn't know what he's thinking, what he's talking about. He's lost in a planet.
An important city that produces presidents and geniuses on a routine
He's totally
basis.
lost.
So maybe you should stay away from there.
Ọ̀rọ̀ kì í sí lórí alábàáwọn ẹ̀.
And then the people who were around him, they were
What kind of a man is
they were
this?
echoing him. Look, psychophancy should not be a political strategy because intelligent people can see through it. They should engage their candidate and tell him that, look, certain things should not be said.
Yeah.
Because you don't erode whatever gains you have made. But of course, President Buhari, I don't expect that personally President Buhari will respond. After all, he came to Lagos. He commissioned rice mill. He commissioned train. He commissioned everything. He didn't say a word. But you have him on tape here saying that Nigerians should vote for whoever they like.
They like.
We've been told that the fit and proper persons under Section 131.
The man is just trying to set the record straight,
An estimation of reasonable and right thinking.
Because he knows there's a lot of dubious attitude, dubious behavior in the past. So he wants to set the record straight once and for all.
I don't know whether you have a PVC. Also not too
he has a
sure
conscience.
Be on duty on election day. But those who are not on duty, if they have PVCs, you make your choice. And it should be an informed choice.
Absolutely.
Nobody can dictate that to anybody. The president has said, vote whoever you want.
Absolutely, and that's where I'm going to take it from. The president's comment in London when he talked about the fact that people should vote whoever they want, and that the cash.
So he has to.
The question in his manifesto, he's given.
Hold on, I want to bring it back a little bit. Okay.
And when I tell you, you know what I mean.
Listen to
You know me.
APC candidate. Wọlé Madibo Amawole. Are you hearing?
Tinubu has created another slogan.
Let me repeat it. Hold on. I want to put it. Okay. Bàbá Tinubu ṣe ń gbọ́. Ẹni tẹ́ fẹ́ dìbò fún nìyẹn o. Ẹ ṣáìn fèsì yín o. Ẹ wọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ. Àrọ́kadà o. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ kúrò. àrífẹsẹ́gun àmàwọlé àmàwọlé ìwò ṣe ń gbọ́. Are you hearing the old man? Èmi ló kàn slogan. Òun ló máa wọlé. Ó ti wà sure of himself. Ó ti wà sure of himself that he will enter. He will be elected as the next president. Yeah? Sorry, magic man.
Tinubu has created another slogan. Amawale, Amadibo. I love it. I'm learning Yoruba every day. But let's take these reactions.
It's so ridiculous.
This is from Adenakan, who wrote, Tinubu just made a mockery of himself.
Yeah,
Buhari
exactly.
and the APC. How can you say?
Let me stop you like this way. So, yẹ̀yẹ́ ló ń fi rẹ̀ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ni. Yẹ̀yẹ́ ló ń fi rẹ̀ ṣe. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ tó wà ní Abẹ́òkúta tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí bàbá yẹn máa lọ mess up rẹ̀. You know, whenever he goes down there, that Abẹ́òkúta, he always ridicule himself. He always ridicule himself with his words, you know. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ kò tálè mọ́ èyí tí ó yẹ kọ́lọ́gbọ́n máa sọ. Bàbá ó ti rẹ bàbá tó yẹ kí bàbá lọ sinmi. We've been telling the Baba to go and rest because his time is past, you know. This is time problem, you know. You know. We are not living in the past glory. This is future we are facing. Future of our kids, you know, our unborn baby, our new generation. It's not all this kind of old tactics that we want to be putting on our table again. We don't have a time. We don't have any time for all this rubbish. Their time is past. Let them go and sit down. That is what we are telling them. And they are just putting their hair behind their back. They are putting their hair behind their back. Give a room for young ones. Give a room from all this our new generation. It's not about Èmi ló kàn. It doesn't concern you again. You have done your own best. So you should leave the rest for others. You should leave the rest. Nobody is alone in this world. We all are together to support each other. You cannot say it's only you. You cannot make one tree cannot make a forest. That is what we are talking about. One tree cannot make a forest. And a drop of water cannot make ocean. A cup of water cannot make ocean. So, why can't they see to this and be reasonable, at least for one in their lifetime? They are just struggling, talking rubbish, you know, all along, you know, and nobody is paying attention to this. Nobody is paying attention to this. You know? So this is what we have for you guys, you know. So let me just drop it here, you know. So I will come back again. Ta ní fún ilé nìní yẹn. Tá bá tó rí mi náà. Àti wá gbé yẹ̀yẹ́ wọn wá, you know. They are just all about hilarious movie, you know. They are just doing movies. I've told you, sit back. This movie is a season 1. So they are full of hilarious, you know. They are clowns, you know. They are all about clowns, people. So we will be laughing about their matter anytime they come up. So so I'm saying this to my viewers. Thank you very much for watching. God will glorify you. God will help you in all your endeavors. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.